Good afternoon. It's Sunday and it's... haven't got a clue what the time is. It's gone 1. It must be about 1:30 or so. Just thought I'd do a couple of tags that's going about this week. For the life of me, I'm really sorry I don't remember names. And here's Lily and Poppy. Or Lily and Poppy. The first tag is, what do you look for in a baby, in a reborn baby? Well, I never thought, because I make them, I never thought I'd keep one. And I thought, oh no, I only like closed eyes. Well, Lily was the first one I decided to keep. So yeah, look, here's my closed eyes baby. And the second thing I thought I'd have was open hands. And there we go, look, she's got 2 little fists. So you can never tell really. You see a baby and you think, that's it, that's the one I want. And I suppose it's like looking for a house, you know. You go, well, this checklist, this is the things I must have. And then when you see it, you know which is the one for you. So there's little Lily. Of course, and I bought Poppy. Let's take that headband off. I don't really like that on there. And when I did buy Poppy, and she's got open hands, both your hands open? I can't even remember. There we have a look. There we go. Yeah, sort of open, bent fingers. Yeah, so you don't know. I don't think you know. You might have a checklist and then it'll all go wrong at the last minute. You'll see a baby and that'll be it. You just fall in love with it. So, and that's that. Well, that's my first one. That's the first tag over and done with. The second tag was your first impressions when you first found these babies. Well, I've told this story before in one of my videos, like many of you before. I watched, I think it was BBC documentary called My Fake Baby. I think you can still find it on YouTube in sort of 2 parts. And then I thought, yeah, I like that. And then I saw it again a while back, and I was off sick from work at the time, and I just needed something to do, so I bought a starter kit and really loved it. Started making babies and selling babies. You all know my husband's view on babies. He absolutely hates them. Not real babies. He loves real babies. But these he doesn't like at all. He doesn't understand the whole concept of them at all. And so a Brentwood show came along, and that's in the UK. We have a couple, well, there's a few shows every year, but there's one at I think Brentwood do 2 a year. And it's quite a way. I don't drive out of my comfort zone. I drive in a very small, limited area. So a friend of mine, she said she'd take me up to Brentwood to the doll show. Well, I asked her if she'd like to drive me there, and she said yes. So I said, oh, I'll pay you petrol and the Dartford Tunnel Bridge thing that we have to go over. I'll pay the toll for that, and, you know, I'll cover all costs. So if she'd take me. So she drove me up there one Sunday. They're always on a Sunday. And I warned her before I went. I said, well, you know, I said, people take their babies out. She said they don't. I said, yes, they do. They take them in prams. And because I'd read all about it and everything else and seen loads of videos and things by then. And so when we went there, it was quite early-ish, I suppose, and we walked round and there wasn't any little babies around and, you know, people visiting with babies, rather. We went and had something to eat, and then we thought, oh, we'll go around again, because I hadn't bought anything the first time round. I thought, well, I'll have a second time. I'll go and buy a couple of bits and pieces. And as we turned the corner, the place was just full of people, mums and dads, with children and with their reborn babies. And my friend and I just looked at each other and I just couldn't believe it, you know. It seemed so surreal. But it was lovely, and we walked all the way around, and by the time we come out, we felt the odd ones out for not having a baby with us. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. So, but as I say, I didn't expect to have one of my own, and then till I done Lily, and I thought, yeah, I will. I'm keeping Lily. And when I said to my husband, I'm keeping her, he said, "What the hell for? You don't need a baby. You don't need one of those." And I said, "No, I'm keeping her." And I just said, "Oh, to show my work." So he sort of muttered, and that was that. So, but then, as I say, I bought Poppy, and he hasn't really noticed. He doesn't know I bought Poppy, and she sits quite happily next to Lily, and nothing, he hasn't realised. He just says, "How many babies have you got for sale now?" Because it's coming a bit silly. I have got too many for sale. And because we live in a small bungalow, we moved here about, 9 years ago? And I just haven't got room to store them. So I decided I'm not doing any more until a few sold. Well, I had one lady wanted Sandy yesterday, so he will be going, but he's on a payment plan, so he won't be going for a while yet. And I got another one being paid off, so they will go slowly. But there you go, yeah. There's big conflict in the Reborn community this week, I've noticed. I'm glad that seems to have all resolved itself by now. Yeah, well, not much to say about that really, because it's all resolved now, but no way would I call, just my opinion, no way would I call somebody a scammer just because they missed out a blanket and a hairband, and I think it was a pair of leggings, but there you go. People have different definitions, I suppose, of scammers. It depends what it means to you. Oh, and a bottle. Yeah, did I say a bottle? One comment was made, was this person's friend said, no reborn artist would send a baby out without a bottle. Well, that's just plain rubbish, because I've only just sometimes started adding a bottle to my, I do a nice box, or I think it's a nice box packing, usually with extra outfits and things in, dummies and that. I hardly ever include a bottle. I do sometimes, but I don't always, so that little bit was rubbish, but there you go. Okay, what have we had in the UK this week? Of course we had our election, didn't we? Whether to come in or out of the EU. Big dramatics, but